So, hi Gemini, my name is Chris and this is your beautiful reading for mid or late January and February. Let's just find out what comes up, and I'm doing the Celtic cross. Ace of Swords, we see the Ace of Swords again and again. 2026 is not another 2025. So you can breathe a little, right? Because I don't know where you have been, but if you're resonating with this channel, it's an empath channel, right? So 2025 was pretty tough, right? Strength card, that's the crossing energy. Do not fight what you can't change, right? Radical acceptance is here. That's kind of the new consciousness here, really. Strength card, not fighting what you can't change. If you fight, you know, that's a lady taming a lion. If you fight the lion eats you, right? So that's the new consciousness. Don't fight unnecessary fights where there's nothing to gain, basically. Keep a peaceful, calm mindset. That's the Ace of Swords here in this combination. You're almost there. There is something, this energy of wrapping something up. 10 of Wands, right? And the 9 of Swords. Yeah, you're worrying, right? Overthinking energy, being kind of a little stuck in your mind. Bad sleep, maybe, right? 3 of Swords, that's the past. Maybe that's connected to your overthinking energy. An aching heart, sometimes, you know, it comes together and we just, you know. But there's the 6 of Pentacles, give and take. The universe is balancing something out. A new beginning, and that's a beautiful combination, right? So you got something, a few more steps to do. You're almost there. And then there's a new start. The last few meters before the finish line are sometimes the hardest, right? And you worry a lot here, but you already, maybe there is the reason for your worry, right? Maybe there's an aching heart from the past, but you already got this, you got the wisdom, the new consciousness, not to worry about, which is easier said than done, of course, not to worry about things that you can't change, right? Radical acceptance, be yourself a friend. What would you say to a friend, right? What would you say to a friend that is kind of worrying too much, losing sleep, things like that, right? Maybe you would say, okay, let's just be very practical. There's a few things, a few steps to do, right? Before it's over. And then you're there. New beginning, full card. High Priestess in the outside position. Trust your intuition. Slow and steady wins the race here with the Knight of Pentacles. Slow incremental steps, very practical approach. And keep your fire in check. There's the King of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck, so you're getting something out of it. Just keep the course, finish whatever you started here, finish the project, right? Cross the finish line, that's the outcome with the King of Wands and the King of Pentacles, right? So just, yeah, there's the World card with the new consciousness, with the Ace of Swords. Queen of Cups with the Strength card. I think what you're losing sleep about is connected to your heart space, so it's kind of emotional. And you can do breath work, right? 1 in, 2 out. When you breathe in 5 seconds, breathe out 10 seconds, things like that. That calms you down. Grounds you. There's the Knight of Wands with the 10 of Wands. Almost there. It feels like a burden. There's the King of Swords, the King of Cups, clarifying the 9 of Swords. King of Swords. You got a lot of kings. You got the King of Pentacles, the King of Cups, the King of Swords, the King of Wands. So mastership. You know exactly what to do. The Wheel of Fortune, the Six of Pentacles. Beautiful energy, right? The Fool card, again with this new consciousness, the Ace of Swords. Everything is ready, right? Everything is just ready. You're ready to go. You are the Fool. You're in this energy of just leveling up, starting a new circle, starting a new chapter of your life, a big, beautiful chapter of your life. Come on, you got all 4 kings, and now you got, wait a minute, 2 times the Ace of Swords, and there's the Ace of Cups here as well, clarifying the High Priestess in your outside position. Wherever you go to, what kind of people you meet, rest within yourself, be yourself a friend, trust in your own truth, trust in your own worthiness, right? Never forget that. Love yourself, respect yourself, rest within that worthiness, right? And then just trust your intuition. If somebody feels kind of off, off-ish, if you just have a bad feeling about someone, then trust that feeling. Steadiness, again, in your potential. I feel like you're kind of a little slowed down by heartache, and overthinking energies. So be very practical, concentrate on what needs to be done. There's the Knight of Pentacles, there's even the Knight of Wands, clarifying there's your Ten of Wands, right? Finish the damn thing. They got the World card, the Ten of Wands, the last few steps. Then there's the World card, closing the old chapter, and then there's the Fool card with the Ace of Swords, which is also in the center of your reading with the last card of the Great Arcana. This is the center, Ace of Swords, the new consciousness with the World card, the closing of the old chapter. There's the Ace of Swords again with the Fool card, the beginning of the new chapter. And you're already there. You got the mindset, you got everything. You just need to do something to be done. And what needs to be done seems to be kind of dragging you down a little, right? There's the King of Wands with the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, by the way, with the Three of Cups underneath that. There's the King of Cups again. It's very strong, right? Very strong energies. Let me think. 1, 2, 3. You got all 4 kings and 2 queens. All 4 kings and 2 queens. There's definitively mastership here. You're leveling up in consciousness. You learn so much. So there's just one last step. Do it, right? And the last few steps, right? Sometimes they are just... And there's the Ace of Pentacles. So you got, let me think, 2, 3 aces, 4 cups, 2 queens, the World card and the Fool card. Everything is going to be all right. Everything is all right. And you really must, how do you say that? You must cultivate your mind, your intellect, thinking mind. Don't let it run amok, right? If you allow your mind to overthink, if you allow your mind to catastrophize, if you allow your mind to constantly tap into old memories that you can't change, there's the Strength card here. Things that you can't change, right? You have to accept them. And abstain from morality. So do not judge. Try not to judge. Try to accept what you can't change, whether you like it or not. It's not a fairy tale, right? It's just life. Whatever happened, accept it, be done with it, and concentrate on what you can do right here, right now, every day to improve your situation, to get things done. And if you are done with that, bam, there's the new chapter beginning, right? Give yourself more credit. You're doing the best you can. Cut yourself some slack. Well done. That's what I wanted to say, that's for sure. And walk around naked at home. I do that sometimes. And it's not sexual. It's just, you know, you're a human being. You have nothing to hide. Your body is just your body, right? So you don't need to be ashamed of yourself. That's also the self-love aspect here. Whoever you are, right? You're enough. You don't need to justify yourself. You don't need to be ashamed of yourself or something like that. And you might laugh when I say walk around naked at home, right? That's one of these quotes that I put here. Just do it because it's a self-love practice, right? There's one self-love practice that you can basically look at other people that you, especially the people that you don't like, and look at these people that you don't like and think about what is it that you don't like? Is there something, some trait, something they do, something they say, some behavior that you don't like? And then seek this within yourself and try to overcome it within yourself. That's a practice of self-love. And the other practice of self-love is walking around naked at home, right? Just to normalize being you, to normalize being a human being, not being ashamed of you, just loving yourself as you are. Porcupine spirit, time for beginner's mind, yeah. World card, Fool card, that's for sure. And I'm going to do a Blue Angel Oracle deck card as well. There's your enlightenment, my friend. It's number 12. Liberation. There's no need to hide behind a persona that you think others will find more acceptable. The real you is far more beautiful. You are not your personality, not your job, qualifications, or achievements. You are not your successes or failures or any other earthly thing. Who you are is far more noble and precious than anything you can possibly imagine. Imagine yourself surrounded by a warm, gentle rose quartz light. Feel yourself bathed in the healing energy until you imagine nothing but light. I'm as bad as the worst, but thank God I'm as good as the best. And that's Walt Whitman. Radical acceptance of the world. That's enlightenment, you know. Enlightenment basically means that you just meet the world how it is. You're not wishful thinking it into something that it's not, right? You just radically accept how the world is. And the world is a pretty messy place, right? And if you're not careful, you get your heart broken in this messy place that the world is. But I feel like that's the past aspect here with the Tree of Swords. But you learn something out of it, right? The Tree of Swords is clarified by the King of Swords. There's mastership here, true heartache, heartbreak. Every now and then, clarified by the King of Cups, right? Maybe that feeling comes up and triggers in you some overthinking energy, worrying too much. But don't use your mind to worry. Use your energy to focus on the last few steps that you need to take in that old chapter. And then just be done with it. And the universe is really just waiting for you to cross the finish line. And then everything will fall into place. Check out the January reading. Check out the yearly reading, 2026 reading. Maybe that's giving you more insight and context for this, right? So walk around naked at home. That's a self-love practice. And by all means, give yourself more credit. You're doing the best you can. And doing the best you can is all that you can do. And that's enough. And you are enough. That's very important. So don't forget that. Cut yourself some slack. Be yourself a friend. If you're in this overthinking energy, if you're in this emotional overthinking energy, then try meditation or try long walks, right? In nature, preferably. Consider going vegan, right? I think the nature spirits, you get porcupine spirit here, these are pretty much nature spirits or animal spirits. We are part of nature, right? And we are coming slowly and steadily to this realization as a collective that nature has a consciousness of its own as well. Not just animals, but plants, the entire earth, every living, breathing thing, the river, the forest, right? The sky, everything has a consciousness. Everything is part of this divine creation. So are we, by the way. But let's just treat this creation, which we are part of, with respect, right? And sure, you have to eat something, but try not to eat. I mean, I don't tell you what to do, right? You're making your own decisions. But if you're eating meat, maybe you're going vegetarian, maybe you're going vegan. I don't know. That's your decision. Do whatever you want. I'm just telling you that we're coming to this realization where Earth, right? All living beings, they're communicating with us, right? There's a spirit to it. Maybe the forest has no individual spirit, but there's a collective soul or a collective spirit within the forest, within the river, within nature itself, and certainly within every animal, in every living being. So to treat them with respect and to be part of this greater community is really important, to make sure that your actions are not misinterpreted as an hostile act. So, right? That's important, to co-create with nature that you are part of and respect nature in that regard. That's all I got, and the beginning is near, right? Now, Budaya, my friend, share, like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you think about it, and hopefully see you next time. Now, Budaya. Ciao.